So one that was just really apparent was that you can't buy like more than a 3-blade razor. And so, you know, a lot of missionaries go down with like the like electric ones. And I had one, but like it just never gave like a super good shave. And then one time I was making pancakes for my companion, just kind of like a service. I was just like gonna make him breakfast, and I was shaving, and then the pancakes were like cooking, and I was like, oh shoot, I gotta flip them. So I like put it down, and then it like rolled off the table onto the ground and broke. So I had to go like start using a straight razor, which was like super tough, just because like I don't have like the roughest skin, so I've got like more sensitive skin. So with like a 3-blade razor every day, or like, you know, every other day, it was like, you know, my skin sometimes was just like freaking out, like, I hate you, oh my gosh, because it was just like not the best shave, you know. It was kind of like a more rough shave. So that's one thing. Peanut butter. I think I found peanut butter once in like the store in like one area, and it was like every 4 weeks like that they'd get it. So it was just like, oh my gosh. So every time my mom would send me stuff, I'd have her send me like peanut butter. She'd like take it out of like the Jiffy thing because it was more weight, and put it in like a Ziploc bag and send it down. Oh, it was awesome. Freaking loved it. But you can't get peanut butter very easily. What else? I mean, I know there's like a lot of those toiletry kind of things. It's harder to find, like in the States, a lot of times like it just comes standard that it's like an antiperspirant and deodorant, but down there it's a lot harder to find like both, unless you're in like a bigger city like Santa Ana or like San Salvador. But I mean, you can find them. It's just like harder. Sometimes they're not there. And I like made the mistake of just getting like I think it was like deodorant or something, instead of like both with an antiperspirant. And so I'm just like sweating like crazy. And obviously you always sweat down there like crazy, but it was just like worse than normal. And I was like, what the heck is going on? So I found out that it was just like a deodorant instead of both. One thing you can buy in El Salvador that you can't buy here. Well, first off, you can buy like everything. Like you can, like they on the streets they just sell everything. I mean, you'll walk through the black market where they're selling like guns and like whatever, and that's only like in certain areas. Most markets are like selling just like meat and vegetables and just like produce, everything you want to buy. And then there's constantly people like coming on the buses being like selling like toothbrushes or like DVDs or just like something. I mean, there's always someone trying to sell something to you, especially in a marketplace. But one thing that you can buy down there that you can't buy here is this drink called Cola Champagne. And it's like this orange like color, but it's like this cream soda on steroids. I don't even know how to explain it. It is the most delicious thing in the entire world. Like, they would sell them, and I think I told you that like stuff down there is way cheaper. So they'll sell these like packages, right, of 9 liters of Cola Champagne, and it's so 3 3-liter bottles. They do 3-liter bottles down there, and they'll just like tape them together, and then they'll put the price tag on it, right? So you just get like these 3 ones that are just like taped together with like packing tape, and it's like $2 for 9 liters of this soda. And I think, I don't know what soda prices are like here, but I know you can't get 9 liters of soda for $2. So it was like nuts. We'd like buy it, my comp and I, and then we just like drink Cola Champagne for like every day, like every night for like 2 weeks. Like, oh, it was great. Oh, it was so good. Obviously there's like the pupusas and stuff that you can't buy here. I mean, you can, they're just like, they're not as good. I mean, yeah, they're just not as good. What else can you buy down there that you can't buy here? Oh, they've got this sweet game. I actually have one in my car. It's called a Capirucho. Oh, I guess I should have mentioned that earlier. It's like, they'll take like anything that they can, like, it's kind of like either cylindrical or like kind of like a barrel shape, and anything they can hollow out on one end. So they kind of hollow out a little thing on one end, and then you have like a little stick, and there's like a string attached to it, and then you like flick it up like this and flick it down, and you try and get the thing onto it. So you try and get the stick like in the hole. And so, obviously every missionary is going to go out and buy one. And so, I got good at it, but the kids down there are just sitting there doing like 100 in a row. They'll just sit there and, because you flick it up and pull it back down, and then the trick is to see how many times you can flick it up while it's still on there, right? And have it go up and come back down on it. And then they start doing tricks where they like spin it like this and flick it. But yeah, it is, so that's something you can't buy here. And so tradition-wise, for things that I guess you can't buy down here, they have like tops as well. All the kids play with tops, which is pretty cool. But they're like these big tops, this big, like that wide, and they've got like the string that you like wind around it, and then you grab it and you like throw it like this, and it just like spins out if you do it right, and just spins, and then the kids will like pick it up on their hands, they'll like scoop it up, and it'll be spinning on their hand, and then they'll like transfer hands and like throw it up and like catch it. I mean, these kids are just like crazy. If they don't have any video games to play with like we do, that's all they do, right? Or play soccer in the street, because everyone plays soccer in the street. But yeah, so they do these capirucho things, which are fun. Those are super, super cool. And like, you can buy toiletry stuff. Like I said, I'm pretty sure you can find anything that you would want. It's just a lot more expensive. Toiletry stuff is like way, 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 way expensive. And a lot of food is super cheap, especially like meat and stuff. Just because they have like lots of cows and pigs and chickens down there. Like obviously we didn't eat pig, but so yeah, it was. I never really had trouble like finding something that I needed. I know other missionaries did, because some missionaries like wanted like special things, and I just like never really cared. But yeah, I think you could pretty much find anything if you looked hard enough, or if you like asked around enough. Maybe not as good a quality as you would find it here, but you could find pretty much anything.